Okay, where are we going first? Are we going to the Blaze Street, or are we going to, I guess, Necromancy Village or something?
I feel I don't know, Horace. I kind of feel like we should go to Blaze Street first, because maybe we can get some information about where we even want to, what we want to talk to when we meet our necromancer friends.
That's a good point, my young man. Blaze Street pub it is. I'm getting dangerously close to sober.
Are you gonna be okay?
One day.
Horace, I don't want to talk to your ghost echo when we find you dead on the floor in the kitchen.
I will just make sure to lay me so I don't choke on my own vomit, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, it's always like babysitting. You're a grown-ass man, Horace. We gotta be saving spirits, not drinking them.
That's good. Oh fuck, that's good, man.
You convinced me.
Fucking sold. Got me there, man. That's a good one. And he pulls out some snuff and does it instead.
Yeah, and I guess we show up to Blaze Street Pub.
Blaze Street Pub. It's like there's a picture of like a nice mug with like just flames atop it.
They could have gotten a little bit less on the nose.
Yes, but we named it Blaze Street Pub, so here we are.
We named it? Did you do that?
And I guess we enter. It's filled with a lot of work-weary folk. There's some like a gentle and sad piano playing in the corner. Kind of a downer vibe here.
Now, is there because you said this is like a vaguely Bloodborne-ian universe?
Yeah.
Are there non-humans?
I don't.
I kind of want like a Haint playing the piano.
Sure. Yeah, I think there's probably yeah. Well, because they did say there are ghosts, so I mean we encounter ghost echoes, but there's probably just like legit ghosts that live here.
Yeah,
too.
And ghouls and like weird little vampires.
Yeah, it says undeath, so yeah, there's probably.
Yeah, just like a weird little Haint. It looks like a straw, like a scarecrow or something.
Yeah.
Playing the piano. Yeah, got like a cloth face and it's like long and stuff, and it's really good at the piano.
I'll tip the Haint Jasper 2 coins for his wonderful playing.
He just kind of like flops an arm and just keeps on going.
Wonderful work, that.
But when he goes to flop an arm to wave at you, you notice the piano's just playing itself. Like, because he's still a ghost. Like, no, he's still playing it. It's just he doesn't need his physical arms to do it. He still has talent, okay?
Yeah. We have to establish he does have talent.
He does have talent.
Jasper is a very talented pianist. All right, I suppose we could split up the work here. If you could discuss with some locals, I could take a gander and see if anything's amiss or afoot.
I know a couple of regulars here, so maybe I can ask if anything unusual happened or if people knew Oscar or saw him around or something, see where that leads.
All right, well, best of luck.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Be good. Be good. Hey. I bop you on the head. Be good.
All right. You got me with that pun in the car. That'll tide me over till a couple hours at least.
Some might say that was a critical success.
Yes.
I walk over towards the bar, but I occasionally turn on. I'm like your dad.
Yeah.
But I'm younger than you, which is fantastic.
He's like begrudgingly drinking like slightly dirty water. That's all they have here.
Alrighty, how do we want to do the progress tracks for this?
I think we could probably do it either way. I think the first one, like having two make sense. We could share one here. It probably depends on us. But do we want to have 2 things so we stay in the scene a little longer, or do we want to do one, finish the scene quicker, and go to something else? It's kind of, I think it's up to us.
I liked having 2, because it allowed us both to kind of divide and conquer and use our strengths to our best. Because you used, like, strength to get up to the roof, and my character can talk and knows people and stuff like that, so it's like, so I guess I want to make my progress track talk to regulars.
Yeah. And how hard is that going to be?
I want to again say nothing. Like
I'd say troublesome at best because you know people. Like there's that's the easiest. So that's only 2 hits to succeed. And I will do mine. Will be a little bit. Mine's going to be dangerous, just so it's a little harder.
What do you want to do?
Mine's going to be would need 3 hits to succeed.
But what are you doing?
Mine's going to be look for anything in this, or taste the joint. You went first last time. Or I mean, we can. So let's do the same order. Actually, I think it's fine if you go next.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I want to go first. I want to give a quick glance over the bar to see if there's anybody I recognize. I don't necessarily want to make this one of my roles, but
sure. I think you know the bartender well enough.
Is there like a group of my friends or
that
I see here a lot?
Yeah, I think you probably there is.
Like near the bar though, because I want to talk to the bartender and my friends if I can.
I think there. Yeah, you definitely know the bartender. The bartender. God, I need a good name. Leona. No, I used Leoma recently. It's too close. Too close. Let's go with Layla. See Layla the bartender. She has just a cloth strip, a white cloth strip over her eyes. She's not blind, but that's just the style she wears, and tied back reddish gray hair. And you know her. And there's a group of I think there is a small group of or urchins you probably grew up with, but did eventually find their way into the workforce, and are
they're all they've moved on from that life.
They're not well off by any means. They're they're the regular class of this city. Some of them probably live in that the flooded tenement building is what it was called that we found them, which is not.
I want to say there's 3 of them, and they're a very diverse crowd. Who are they? Not necessarily all human.
Let's do. One is going to be human. One is going to be Raph. Raph was one of your buddies growing up. He was a pickpocket and a thief, and he's become an accountant. Okay. There is going to be a Dela.
We're gonna go with Layla and Dela.
No, that's you can't do that. Can't be doing that. No, I was spelled very differently. Dela was Dela. Layla was Layla. But let's go with
Daskin.
Baskin.
Daskin. Daskin. Yeah.
I'm gonna think of a third name first. Mira. Meera. Daskin is a reanimated body. Was a street urchin with you, passed away just from disease at a fairly young age, but was revived back for kind of menial labor. But has made his way up. So is a reanimated corpse. Things are, his skin is very pale. There are some things falling off, but he's got a good temperament about it.
Good. We gotta have a good temper.
Yeah, he's a fairly adept barber.
And an executive decision about Mira.
Sure. Yeah.
Fish person. Creature from the Lac Lagoon fish person.
Okay. Okay, all right, that's fine. Bordering on silly, but that's all right. We'll take it. And what does she do? She's going to be
fisherman.
She knows how to do it. Yeah, man. She's a fucking trader. Yeah, all right. I'm a fishmonger. She doesn't do it, but she will sell it.
I mean, she's still a person. There's definitely a separation of humans eat monkeys sometimes.
Do we eat fish people?
What?
Do we eat?
No, we don't eat fish people, but fish people probably eat fish.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Looking awfully hungry, man.
I seen a couple a nice halibut this morning, and I'm just itching for a little taste.
So hey, how's it going, you sons of bitches?
Hey! And Daskin gives you a high five, and his arm turns all the way around.
Yeah.
It's my chopping hand. I need that. And Raph gives you a hug.
I've missed all you guys. How's it hanging?
Oh, it's all right there. Walter, what brings you around to these parts? I thought you were up in the nice manse with that That's angry gentleman.
You mean Gramps over there? He's with me too. Would believe it or not, and I'm gonna like lean in. We're actually on a case.
Oh, you want a round to celebrate? How's it going?
Oh, I mean, I am driving. So, you know, Gramps. I mean, the guy's a fucking mess.
cut to Horace. He's just looking at his water, like.
But yeah, we were just curious. We were looking around. We were curious. You guys keep up with Oscar lately? You heard the news?
No, I haven't heard the news, says Mira. What's going on with old Oscar?
He's unfortunately passed on. He's murder, even. It's the what was the name of the thing? Black Effigy?
The name of the case?
Yeah.
The Ebon Wood Effigies. Case of the Ebon Wood Effigies.
Looks like he's the next victim of the Ebon Wood killings.
Everyone kind of like hangs their head for a moment and says, "It was my first kiss, you know."
Oh. Yeah, shame. He seemed to have moved on gracefully, at least. I made sure his ghost echo didn't stick around very long.
It's nice.
Any of you all see him lately here?
Roll with some heart.
Yeah. Roll with some heart.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one dice. Wow. It's
Uh-oh.
a 5 though, because
that's good. I have a 9 in it. Well, no, you have a 5. Well, but it's. I don't think so. I don't think there's any way that changes it.
Nothing really gonna do that. So.
Yeah. Okay. A miss. I'm gonna say you get -1 to your spirit. What? Actually, no. I'm roll the D100 again.
D100. 20.
I think what happens on this miss is that you everyone is kind of like everyone's kind of just silent. I think they're still taking in the what happened of the news that Oscar has passed away, and they all kind of are solemn. They're kind of in their own minds, and you see you see Raph get up for a minute and say, "Oh, just please, I'll need a minute." And you see him walk out the door and leave.
Oh, he like needs a minute.
Yeah.
Did he like pay and go?
No. You just saw him leave.
Let him have his time. That sucks. I think him and Roger were really or him and Oscar were really close. Roger.
Desk and says, "Yeah, I think they were old drinking buddies. I know every once in a while they'd be around here with the rest of us, or just by themselves. They'd go meet up and talk about the old times, how easy it was stealing, pickpocketing from the well-to-do. It was, they looked. I mean, those were tough times, but I think they looked back fondly with rose-colored glasses."
I don't necessarily blame them. Sometimes it could be pretty fun, a little exhilarating at least.
Okay. Let's switch first. Let's switch back and forth for the scene and see how that goes.
Swap back and forth.
So I think Horace is just is drinking his water, but is going to just roll to look and just see what is around.
Okay.
Nope, that's it. That's not it.
That's a D100. 6 and a 9. Nice.
Okay. Oh, I didn't do space. Go 9. But it's plus my thing, so it's higher. It's plus 4, so it's a 13. I've rolled really well.
You have to roll a D6.
Oh, you're right. I do have to roll a D6. Did I roll? Have I been rolling D10s? Because that would change a lot. I probably have.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
That's fine. Yeah. 1D6.
Just press the button.
No, I will. I'd rather die. Plus 4. 8.
8, nice. So
mixed.
Got a half success.
Yeah, mixed success.
All right, so you're looking around the bar.
Yeah.
You see Walter talking to 4 people at the bar, and one of them gets up and leaves.
Yeah.
Part of you, because you're unaware of the situation going on over there, thinks that looks suspicious. And that's part of your mixed success, is you don't know if that's something. Because it's just like, oh, why would this guy get up and leave when he's seemingly in the middle of talking with his friends? And then the other thing that you kind of notice is that there seems to be a thing called a sentinel sitting in the corner. It is like a normal citizen of the town and everything like that, but imagine just like a robe with like a stone face inside of it. It has like feelings and emotions and everything, but the big thing people know about sentinels is that they stay in the same place for a very long time, to a point where if they're in a bar or something like that, the bar will close and open several times before they leave. And like, people just kind of like, it was a big problem a long time ago, but people have kind of begrudgingly just dealt with it. But they seem to kind of like respect boundaries and like stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's just this thing that like, it just sits in places for long times.
I guess I'll talk to it. Drink the water, and Horace stands up and approaches. Hello, my stalwart friend. I was just wondering if perhaps you've seen anything of note in this establishment of the last day or so, maybe week, while I'm investigating a delightful mystery, the case of the Ebon Wood Effigies. I'm not sure if you've perhaps heard of them, or heard of me, or seen anything you might think is... Trails off and spits on the floor.
So the other reason that most people don't necessarily like talk to these things all the time and just kind of leave them alone is that, and you knew this kind of going in, which is why you were a little hesitant to start talking, is that talking to them, they have to basically psychically invade you in order to speak back to you, and it hurts. So it's like most people just kind of like let them have their time and just like let them do whatever they're doing. They just like to watch shit, like who cares? But like, if they ever have to talk to it, it's just like, it's something people tend to only like to do as a last resort, or if they really need something from them. So it's just like, this was a situation that warranted it, but that's why like, nobody's really approached this guy that much or anything like that. And why these people can stay in weird places for long times and nobody will really question them, because nobody just wants to hurt themselves trying to talk to these things. And so, this thing kind of like, its stone face kind of looks at you, and it's hollow behind the face and stuff like that. Like there's no eyes or anything behind it. It's just like literally like a floating robe with like a mask, like a stone mask inside of it. And what was the thing that you said? You were asking what specifically?
Well, he was rambling a little bit, but he asked if he explained he was investigating the murders, and asked if he saw anything unusual or if he heard about anything about the case. Just kind of generalized it.
Oh, okay. He kind of like looks at you, and do we want to roll for this?
Yeah, probably. It's him trying to get information. That's not. That could be worse. Could be a lot worse, actually.
4 and a 6, so you definitely. Yeah, you got it. You got it all 100.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
I got 7.
Yeah. The other thing about these guys is that they know they hurt people when they talk to them, so they try to keep everything brief. But essentially, you see it like look at you, and it just kind of stares at you for a little bit, and you can kind of register that as it's thinking of something to tell you. Like, oh, did I see anything? That was kind of suspicious. Is it worth bringing up? Maybe. But it doesn't, like, tilts its head to look around. It just stares directly at you for a little bit as it considers its words, and it considers the things that it's seen. And it says, werewolf. Which are citizens in our town, I guess.
Oh, okay. So they're, we live in them. Okay,
like, people are known werewolves and stuff like that.
Okay.
I want to say they have more control over it. Like, they turn it, or maybe they're always a wolf. I don't know how you want to run that.
I think more Bloodborne-y, where they're not just werewolves all the time, where they, like, there's a transformation and there is a sense of danger, but it's not completely it's enough to where people can either, like, stem the change or control themselves if they take the proper actions. But if they don't, it can be very dangerous, I think is a good place to put it.
Yeah, I like that. So that's all he says for now. Okay, another question we want to make for, I guess, lore depth. Is there a known mark on these people that make them, like, they're a werewolf? Like, is there a way to tell somebody's a werewolf? I want to say there should be, because that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like, even if it's as simple as, you know how witchers have, like, yellow eyes?
Yeah.
Like, something like that kind of thing.
Eyes could be cool. I do like eyes. I don't want yellow witcher eyes, but something like that.
Yeah.
What color eyes do you want?
Maybe they just have red eyes. Like, not just the pupil part.
Okay.
Not necessarily. Oh, you know what would be cool, actually? It's the center, the literal center of their eyes. You know how we have that black dot in the center of our eyes?
That is the pupil.
That's the part that's red.
That's the pupil.
Well, it's not the iris, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the pupil.
It's like the actual pupils are red.
That's cool. I like that, red pupils.
Yeah.
Werewolves. So that was okay. I currently have 2 successes. I mean, going back to what we had before, I have 2 successes. Do you want to go back to your scene for a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So I just asked if they saw Oscar recently, and it seems like none of them did.
Yeah.
Or if Raph did, he walked out.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'll get out and actually follow Raph.
Okay.
Because he did have such an extreme reaction. I'm gonna be like, hold on a second, guys, and I'm gonna get up and follow Raph outside of the bar and see if he's just kind of hanging out front.
You exit the Blazer Tavern and you see Raph running down the street. He's actually got a pretty good head.
Running?
Yeah.
And you see Walter start to give chase, and I want to say this is definitely a roll.
Mm-hmm.
What are my? Let's see. This would be maybe Shadow or Edge.
This is, I think, Edge because it's like
quickness, agility, and prowess.
Yeah,
and range.
This is Edge for sure.
Yeah, so this is +3, whatever it is. So I got a 6. 9.
Okay. So it's bad. It's bad. It's not great. So what happens here? This is the first time this has happened in the game. This is a rolling match. So it's basically if whoever the challenger person is rolls 2 in a row, something more intense. It's basically the critical success or critical failure for you. The match represents a heightened negative outcome, a complication, or new danger. Things get worse for you. I'm going to say what happens is that you don't need to. I'm going to say you see Raph like running, sprinting dead speed, and you see him kind of take notice of you kind of like beginning to run after him, and he kind of gestures with his hands, and like bricks from some of the buildings begin shooting out at you, and the sidewalk under your street, the cobblestone, kind of begins to shift and contort, and you feel yourself beginning to trip, and you take 1 physical damage as he is now jamming you up with these spells that you were not aware he had the capability to do.
Yeah. What the fuck? Jesus. Dabble. He dabbled in magic. Got a dabbler over here.
What do you do? You can, and this one I think you can roll several times just as you like continuing the chase.
Yeah, I think I do want to like take the hit and continue the chase.
Yeah. Roll it up.
4 + 3 is 7.
It's a lot better. So that was a full success. You can gain momentum or spirit if you want. I think what happens is you're a very fast and adaptable character. I think you start like as the street begins to like contort and like raise up, you begin like sprinting up and kind of dodging these bricks and like vaulting off them to gain speed as you begin closing the distance on Raph.
And I want to say, so that's 1 success.
Yes.
This is my first success in this whole scene. I want to say to incapacitate Raph, I'm going to take out my patented slingshot.
Yeah.
Take a shot at him.
Yeah, do it.
Try to peg him in the leg, if anything.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to kill him, but I am trying to stop him. So we'll see how this goes. Whoa!
Uh-oh.
That's a 4, technically.
Well, it doesn't beat a 9 or a 10, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the other thing, though. What happens is...
Yeah, critical miss would have killed him.
The you try to get an aim off, and like you finally began adapting to how like the street is changing. Like some of the buildings are like coming towards you to knock you off balance. And you don't have the aim to do this. Actually, this works here. I'm gonna say get rid of one of your supply as you begin like trying to hit it, and you're just missing like shot after shot. You just can't find your balance with your sling on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see him like as you're trying to continue to hit him, he begins now floating up towards like the roof of a building.
Ah, Jesus. What the fuck, Raph? I guess I got one more shot until he gets away. I want to say if I fail this one, he's gone.
Yeah, you can just fail the thing.
A 3 + 3 is a 6.
It's better. Oh, it's a mix. It's better.
Mixed.
It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you like right as you're. Here's what happens because it's mixed. You like wind up and you're just trying to like you once again don't have the full balance, and you have had a lot of success like failures now. You wing it just as a last ditch like effort to get him, and you do knock him like at the base of his skull, and he loses his concentration. He begins to fall towards the street. What do you do? I'm gonna say because this was such an easy theoretically this was an easy tracker. I'm gonna say it ups the difficulty a little bit. You get maybe one more roll to try to like get him okay. Not that you won't get anything if you fail, but like
the other thing I wanted to say is because it was a mixed success. I want to say I did stop him, but he's knocked out.
Well, that's what. Yeah,
that's give me any information. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say we'll see what happens. The mix for me was that you didn't do what you intended to do, and we don't know what's gonna happen if you fail this next roll.
Okay. Yeah. So I got a 2, and I guess it's still edge, so that's a 5.
Yeah, because you're running to go get him.
Yeah.
That's another mixed. I'm gonna say it kind of resolves the way we think. You do fill it up, and you do have Raph, but he's entirely unconscious now. I'd say it still adds onto our case tracker because we do now have a suspect in our custody, but Raph is like dead unconscious. You see his like, you can see the a violet glow from behind his eyes, even though his eyes are closed. Still like pulsing with the magic, and his veins are kind of like ebbing that color as well.
Ooh, that's cool. But he definitely looked like he was in control of everything he was doing, right?
Yeah, it looked like he was in control for sure.
As in, he wasn't possessed and doing things that.
Yeah.
Nah, Raph, what'd you get into? Is there some sort of item that quells magical powers in this universe?
Probably.
Okay, I want to say we like cuff him with these cuffs and throw him.
I'm sure you have some on you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, especially if we're going to be solving crimes in a city full of like magic people.
I would say actually that's a good. Maybe we'll do supply this way. I think you could use supply to like have those and have it be that could be a very convenient thing.
Just pull it out of my jacket and just kind of cuff him with it, and kind of like pick him up and drag him to the car. Yeah. So that's what's happening with Walter during the scene.
What's our car look like, by the way? We can think about this as well.
It's a Victorian, like one of those old-timey Victorian buggy things.
Okay.
And I want to say that's a common car around this time.
Okay.
Like most of the cars look like some sort of variation of that. It's almost like instead of everyone moving on to the sedan look, everyone used that look instead. So it's like a lot of hearses and Victorian buggies and stuff.
Nice.